Are you one of those Californians looking to make a move to Boise, Idaho because you've been hearing about how great it is? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 reasons why Californians and people from other states that move to Boise end up regretting it and ultimately leave Idaho. Hello and welcome back to my channel, The Realtor You Know, where I answer all of your Idaho real estate related questions so that way you can determine if Idaho is going to be a good fit for you and your family. If you want to learn more about Idaho and what it is like living here, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications. That way you guys don't miss when a new video comes out. Now in today's video, I am going to be going over the top 5 reasons why people regret moving to Idaho in the hopes to spare you guys from making that same mistake. Clients of mine tell me about how much time, energy, and effort they spend researching different relocation options. And so I'm hoping I can make people aware of what it is really like to live, work, and play in Idaho. So that way you guys can focus your energy and time on the right state for you. The first topic I want to start off with is going to be affordability and how that has changed here in Boise. As I'm sure you guys are aware, Boise has become a very popular relocation spot for a lot of people. And those people considering a move to the Treasure Valley are often looking to get away from the liberal policies of the blue states that they're leaving. They want a slower pace of life, and a lot of them want to spend more time outdoors. But over time, home prices in Idaho and specifically Boise have gone up. Boise used to be considered a hidden gem. Well, that gem has been discovered, and with the influx that we had of people during 2020 and 2021, I would say that the prices have finally caught up with the demand. Housing prices and rentals have gone up drastically in the last few years, and for those Californians or people moving from other states may find that Boise is not as affordable as they were expecting. You know, a lot of times when people are looking to move, they want to find an area where they can get the most bang for their buck and hopefully upgrade from what they currently have in order to provide a better lifestyle for their family. And not to say that there aren't great deals in Boise, there are, and you can still find them, but the prices are not what they were just a couple years ago. And just to give you guys a personal example, when we bought our new home in 2021, we paid $410,000 for it. When the home was built brand new, the previous owner, just a year before, paid $225,000. So it shows you in just a year and a half time, during those COVID years, the gains that we saw on home values here. Real quick guys, I just want to say thank you for watching and subscribing. It does mean a lot. If you're new here, my name is Mike. I'm a local realtor here in the Boise, Idaho area. I was born and raised in Idaho. My family and I moved back a few years ago to the area, and it was by far the best decision we could have made. And now I want to share with you guys what it is like to live and play in Idaho. So if you or someone you know is looking to relocate to the area, please don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I would love to get to know you and your family and what's bringing you to Idaho. And don't forget to check out my free relocation guide below in the comments. But with that out of the way, let's get back into the video. So the second topic I want to go over is going to be Idaho culture. Now, Idaho is not California. In Idaho, we like our guns, we like our outdoor activities, and we like our government out of our lives. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Where as a Californian, you might be used to a bloated government that wants to control every aspect of your life. They want to tax everything and tell you how to raise your kids. In Idaho, we don't have professional sports teams or these mega complexes for entertainment purposes. And you know, if you look at our restaurant options compared to places like California, it is definitely going to be limited than what you're used to. But I think some of those reasons are what draw Californians and people from other blue states to Idaho. You know, they want a slower pace of life, more freedoms, and less people telling them how to live or raise their family. I hear from a lot of the clients that I've helped relocate from out of state say how nice and friendly Idahoans are and how clean it is here. People are still willing to help out a stranger. They want to get to know their neighbors. And most of all, they want to feel safe and know that when they go take their kids to a local park, that they don't have to worry about needles being in the grass or a homeless person sleeping in the field. The third topic is going to be on the weather here in Boise. I get asked this a lot, especially from people looking to relocate from California. This is what I tell them. We're fortunate we get to experience all 4 seasons. Now, spring and fall temperatures can be very mild and pleasant, but you will get the occasional thunderstorm or some high winds. Compared to most states, I would say our summers and winters do lean more towards the extreme side of things. Our summers can get fairly hot with temps typically in the mid to high 90s, and those temps can get up into the triple digits for a week or 2 at a time. That is pretty common. Luckily though, we have plenty of lakes, rivers, and tons of water activities to help keep you cool throughout the hot summer months. Our winter months do tend to be the most challenging months for people relocating to Idaho. And after a few winters, this is typically where people will call it quits and they will look to move back to California or Florida, where they can be in their shorts and flip-flops. They don't have to deal with the snow, whether it was driving in it, shoveling it, dealing with the ice, or the short winter days. Here in Boise, we are in a mountain time zone, which does make our winter days shorter when compared to other states like California. Now, it's nothing like Alaska, like what I experienced when I was stationed at Fort Wainwright, where you only get a couple hours a day. But when we moved back to the area from Washington State, we definitely noticed the shorter days. And my wife's from California. She was born and raised in Roseville. She will say that the winters do feel long to her, especially last winter. When it starts to warm up in March and whatnot, she is definitely ready for it. But I wouldn't say the winters are too brutal, but if you're coming from a place like California, it is going to be a shock for you. Idaho does get 19 inches of snow on average per year. And we are in a high desert here, so it can get pretty darn chilly, and you add in some wind chill and that is enough to send people packing. So if you are thinking about making a move to Boise, I highly recommend, if you can, come out for a trip in the winter months, experience it for yourself, and see if that is going to be a deal breaker for you or not. The 4th topic I want to go over is traffic. Now, there seems to be a little misconception that because Idaho's overall population is so small that there's no traffic here. And I guess it depends on who you ask. I've helped people relocate from very densely populated cities, and they don't think our traffic is that bad. But if you were to ask someone that's lived here for 10 years how the traffic is, they'll tell you it's terrible. But some people do end up making the move here, and when they get here, they are surprised with how much traffic there is, and they thought it would have been better. Besides Highway 84 that does run through the Treasure Valley, there isn't another real good option for getting around town. You have side streets that are either going to have a lot of stop signs and or stop lights. And so for getting around town during peak rush hour, when people are coming into the city for their morning commute or leaving the city in the evening, it can be a bit frustrating. In certain parts of the valley like Kuna or Nampa, you could be the 25th car in line for a 4-way stop. Or maybe you're commuting home to Eagle and you have to sit at the same stoplight 2 or 3 iterations while on Eagle Road. If you drive around Boise and the surrounding areas, you will see there is road construction everywhere, and that is because they are seriously trying to improve the infrastructure by widening roads and adding roundabouts where there are 4-way stop signs. But Boise and the surrounding area has just seen so much growth over the last 10 to 15 years that it has been a real struggle for them to keep up with. The 5th and final topic I'd like to discuss is job opportunities. Now, when moving to Boise, this is an area that can present some challenges as far as you finding gainful employment for you in order to afford to live here. Now, in the Treasure Valley, we have 4 of the largest populated cities in all of Idaho. So if there was going to be a great location in Idaho to find the best job opportunity, it would be here in the Treasure Valley. In recent years, we have had big businesses move in and commit to some long-term development projects. But even with that, it might not be what you are used to as far as job opportunities. And so I would say if you are considering moving to Idaho, you might want to think about if that job that is helping you relocate to the area, if something was to happen to it and go away, would you be able to find another job here locally that can sustain your current lifestyle, or are you going to potentially have to move to go where the work is? Well, there you have it, the top 5 reasons why Californians regret moving to Idaho. Are you now considering Boise, Idaho as a relocation spot? Let me know down in the comments below. And what are your guys' thoughts on the top 5 reasons why people regret moving to Idaho? Does it make you want to avoid Idaho, or do you want to come join in on the fun? I hope this video was able to shed some light on Boise. If you'd like to learn more about Boise and the surrounding areas, please don't hesitate to reach out. Me and my team would love to chat with you, get to know you, your family, and what's bringing you to Idaho. And guys, don't forget about that free relocation guide down in the comments below. It's got some great info on what it's like relocating to the area. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. I'll see you in the next one.